think Poole's going to be crazy on the Wizards, dude. Do you think we're better with Chris Paul now?
With Chris Paul, if we don't win a championship, is it a bust?
That 57th pick that we got is very fucking good. Just think about what Chris Paul does better than Poole. I don't know if he's going to be better than Sean Livingston.
Sean Livingston came in with...
Chris Paul wants to win, so he's not going to hide any secrets when it first happened. Jordan Poole, Chris Paul. When I first heard this fucking trade, this is what I heard. I heard Jordan Poole, Ryan Rollins, a top 10 protected first round pick, and an unprotected 2027 pick. That's what I heard from Woj at first. And all I heard is that we got Chris Paul back.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I was pissed at that because I was like, why are we giving up a top 10 protected pick? Jordan Poole's 24 years old, a rising star, much watched TV. I mean, I guess the entertainment part doesn't really matter as much, but I think it does just because it's the Wizards and they're going to have a rebuilding team. They're going to need to sell their tickets, you know? I just said the trade I heard was a top 10 protected pick. Now it's a top 20 protected pick for 2030. Second round pick still. But we added PBJ, Patrick Baldwin Jr. to the trade. And in return, the Wizards gave us the 57th pick in the draft. That 57th pick that we got is very fucking good. He was a senior. He's 23 years old. Power forward, center. I think he got compared to Montrezl Harrell. He's an undersized center power forward.
Jackson Davis.
Terrence Jackson Davis. He got compared to Montrezl Harrell as like a smaller but energy center. Finish at the rim with other bigger centers. I also saw his wingspan was like 7 feet. So he's kind of like Draymond in a sense. But the way he brings the ball up, dude, you'd be shocked. Like, he looks so comfortable out there, like, bringing the ball up, going coast to coast. Like, I just don't think he has a jump shot, but I think he just does so many other things so well that it's not going to really matter. But yeah, he's an elite pick that we got, which I do think our bench is going to struggle this year to start the year. I want to get your opinion on PBJ. Did you like him with the Warriors? Did you see the potential? Like, how'd you feel about PBJ?
I didn't care too much for him.
I didn't either. Dude, there's a lot of Warrior fans that, like, swear by him, but he's just 6'10", can shoot.
Yeah, I didn't really
He does
care.
nothing. He literally does nothing else on the court. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't rebound. He's a tweener, like a 3 and a 4, but I feel like he's too slow for the 3, and I feel like he's just not strong enough for the 4. But he does not fit on our team, and so I was happy to see that he got traded. I'm not too upset about the first-round pick anymore just because top 20. Do you think we're better with Chris Paul now?
Absolutely. I think we're better. I think just because the playoff experience, just because of his IQ and getting everyone involved with the playmaking. And,
He's a little allergic, though, to chips.
I think it offsets with, you got Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr, Curry. It offsets the allergies, right? I think it's the allergy pills, you know? That's what we are to him.
I don't think so. I think it's just bad luck.
No.
He's cursed. He got the Drake curse. Unless he can prove me wrong this year, then I'll,
I think he's way better than Jordan Poole. I think he's a better fit for the Warriors.
No.
I think it's a win for the Warriors after this.
I don't think he's a better player than Poole, but I think he's a better fit than Poole. I think it's different. They're just different players.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I
think. But I think Poole's better, though. I think Poole's going to be an all-star. I mean, potentially an all-star. If their record's really bad, but he's putting up huge numbers, he might not get in. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. But I think Poole's going to be crazy on the Wizards, dude. He's going to have the ball the whole time. It's going to be Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole, Denny Advida. That's it.
They got Gallinari, too.
Is he going to play? He's been out the past 2 years. 2 years been out.
I think Washington will be pretty big. Within the couple next years, they'll be pretty big.
They're not going to be big, no.
2030. 2030, I think they'll be.
Oh, 2030 is different. Well, because they'll have draft picks. They'll have to go through the draft. They're going to have a lot of second-round picks, a lot of development. Mm-hmm. I'd be interested to see what their G League team looks like. Not now, but like in the future, if they get some veterans players.
Yeah.
I think they could be pretty good in the future. This year, they're going to suck. But it's going to be my favorite Eastern team. I always do a favorite Eastern team every year. Past couple years, it's been the Hawks because I like Trae Young. Now it's the fucking Wizards. Jordan Poole. Mm-hmm. Huge Jordan Poole fan, but, I'm also a Warrior fan. I think Chris Paul is better than Poole for us, but I'm not saying Chris Paul's a better player at all. I don't think Chris Paul could average, 20 points a night.
I definitely agree, but I think just the Warriors, we're not, this is our peak. It's literally win championship because we have Curry, Clay, Dre. And, age is coming to them, and then it's going to be downhill afterwards,
Oh, yeah, but I was thinking about this, too. Like, remember when, back in the day, when the Warriors were winning the chips, we had Sean Livingston.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, like, the best backup point guard in the league by far.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Chris Paul.
Yeah. Yeah,
Similar.
I definitely do like Chris Paul.
I don't know if he's going to be better than Sean Livingston.
Sean Livingston came in and was getting buckets.
He was
He was that
goddamn
guy.
good,
Like,
dude.
he was really good.
If you need a bucket, man, mid-range, post, tall, guarded, he was like a 6'6", 6'7" point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Defended, played passing lanes. Chris Paul's not going to give us that, but he's going to give us the structure. He's going to give us a little scoring, a little bit of playmaking. Other than that, just think about what Chris Paul does better than Poole, though.
His facilitating, his IQ, I think getting to his spots, as well as drawing fouls. This guy's...
Poole gets a lot of fouls.
Yeah,
He gets a lot.
he does.
I think Chris Paul does it smarter, though.
I think, yeah, that's really what I meant. Chris Paul...
He plays better defense, and Chris Paul's 6 foot. And he plays better defense than Poole, that's like 6'4".
I think it's just vet experience. Just that experience.
Well, I
That's
mean, Poole
definitely
just
what we
can't
need.
defend, dude. He can't defend nobody. I can't imagine Poole walking anybody up in the NBA. So what's the cons of Poole being gone?
I don't think there is a con to him being gone.
Well, bench scoring.
Yeah,
He averaged like 20 points a
yeah,
game
I could
regular
say
season.
that. Maybe just scoring because, sometimes we...
He was a plug off our bench.
Yeah.
If Curry ever got hurt, we're never out of it because we have a replacement of Stephen Curry, which no other team had.
But I don't think Chris Paul is too far off. He's not really far off compared to Jordan Poole. I think just his playmaking and getting to his spots. Chris Paul is really good at getting to his spots.
Yeah, let's talk about the pros now.
And then,
With Chris Paul.
Yeah, I feel like him
A
facilitating...
lot, dude.
Chris Paul facilitating is definitely a win. Then you got Draymond. They could definitely work off pick and rolls, Draymond and Chris Paul. On top of that, you have Klay Thompson, off ball, top shooter.
Fuck yeah.
Come on, I feel like that it works perfectly, especially like Poole and Klay. They're both looking to score. I mean, you got Chris Paul. He can facilitate everyone.
Yeah, there's only so many shots you can take with the team.
I think he's very good. I mean, Steve Kerr's gonna love Chris Paul too. No questions. I mean,
Well, you saw that meme, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing I took away from this, because I was thinking of the pro and con shit, and I was like, Poole just had scoring. That was it. That's gonna be the biggest con. We're not gonna have a spark plug off our bench that's gonna get buckets.
Yeah.
But we were asking Poole to be a point guard. Chris Paul's. Think about this. We have the best point guard in the league still, Stephen Curry.
Right.
We have the best shooter in the league still, Stephen Curry.
Right.
We have probably the best shooting guard in the league, arguably, Klay Thompson. Although he sucked, he sucked this past season. I'll give you that, but he's still Klay Thompson. We have one of the best perimeter / rebounding small forwards in the league, Andrew Wiggins. Great fucking player still. If we retain Draymond, we have one of the best defensive players in the league.
That is the big question for us. Can we keep Draymond? Can we keep
But
him
if we
happy?
do, we'll have the best defensive player, one of the best defensive players in the league. We'll have one of the best screen setters in the league in Draymond. We're gonna have one of the best defensive centers in Kevon Looney. That's gonna be controversial,
Dude,
but
I
think,
love Kevon
I think
Looney.
he's one of the top defenders
I
at
love
center.
Looney.
Switches, plays every game. He gets rebounds, blocks shots at the rim. I mean, and now
GP2.
Now we have the best point guard, backup point guard, by far. By far. He's gonna get the best out of our bench, hopefully. And I'm not too upset about the injury prone thing. I saw Stephen A talking about he's kind of injury prone with his hamstrings, but he's gonna be on load management all season long. And I'm happy about that. Because playoff time, you can ramp it up to 30 minutes a game if you want with him, but he's gonna make our bench nice. And we need to get a center to complement Chris Paul. Because he made Bismack Biyombo look like an all-star. When Aiden went out, that Laughlin dude, they were putting up like double digits numbers, probably 15 and 10, and they suck. It was just pick and rolls. Could you roll to the rim? Could you finish at the rim? And yeah, Wiseman would be pretty good with Chris Paul.
Yeah, Wiseman, if we would have kept him, it would have been great for us.
Wiseman had one more year in his deal, and it was this season, but he's making $12 million this year because he was a second pick of the draft. So their contracts are top 3 picks. Their fucking contracts are crazy.
I think we're gonna hit luxury tax next season, no?
Oh, we're already in it.
Yeah,
We've been in it for a while. That's why we had to give up Poole for the future. That's another thing actually about this trade that I liked. the future for our financial situation is a little bit more calming, I guess, because Chris Paul has $30 million this season. Next year's $30 million that he has in his contract isn't guaranteed. So if we want to walk away from him, we could. And also helps us sign Draymond Green. Because we couldn't guarantee Draymond Green's money if we have Jordan Poole on the salary thing too. Like, and also the fucking punch. I mean, shit. I don't want to talk about the punch like that.
Fiasco
but
preseason.
Shit, it probably had something to do with Draymond's negotiating. I don't know. It's a theory, but we just need a center off our bench that could work with Chris Paul and Kuminga too.
With Chris Paul, if we don't win a championship, is it a bust?
If we re-sign Draymond Green if we re-sign Draymond Green and we don't win a championship, yeah, it's a bust.
It's a bust.
I remember I saw an interview with Jordan Poole after we lost to the Lakers. He goes, I don't know what to tell you guys. We had a good season. We made it to the second round of the playoffs. I don't know what I'm going to tell you. I'm like, we don't get to the second round of the playoffs. We go all the way, dude. We always get there and get it done. Or we lose in the finals. I mean, 3-1, 2019. But we don't lose second round playoffs, dude. That's crazy. How do you feel about Poole's mixtapey type of play style with the Warriors? Did you like it or was it annoying?
I think, I don't know, maybe he couldn't find his pace. It was kind of just too fast for him at times. I felt like he kind of just had to slow down.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not like his mixtape shit. He was too flashy trying to make highlights, but it's like we're trying to win a championship. And we're trying to win games. Like, the flashy is cool for highlights. I like watching them, but I would rather him just be a bucket. Just don't... I guess that's how he plays, though. If he's not doing the mixtape stuff, I don't know what he's doing out there. Probably nothing.
I think that's just his play style. The whole mixtape thing.
But he does too much sometimes. Like the turnovers, dude, when he's doing some of these moves, I'm just like,
I don't know.
Jesus.
I think that's just his play style.
It is his play style.
And that's
it's
what really gets him
sometimes.
his scoring is because, the defender can't really keep up with him or guess what he's going to do next. So his play style is really what gets him his points.
I just think he's too young to do some of the moves he's doing, but I guess that's how you grow.
Right.
But it's because I want him to be like a Kyrie. Like, do the moves, but don't turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over, though. Make a tough move, shoot it, cool if you get the shot off, but he's too many turnovers, dude. Turnover machine. Chris Paul wants to win, so he's not going to hide any secrets. Even though he does hate the Warriors. He even said he was battling against the Warriors for 10 years, and it was kind of weird to but team up with us now. I think he's going to provide so much because I feel like he's so desperate now. Because this might be his last chance.
This
might be his last year in the league.
It really is his last chance to get a ring.
39 years old this year, about to turn 40.
I don't think it'll be his last time in the league. He could definitely be on a lot of teams and play as a vet. Develop these.
He's gonna want money. I don't think he's gonna get paid. That's the reason why I think he might retire after this. Unless we keep him and we win a championship and we're like, okay, we're run it back again. That's the only scenario I see him.
We are his only chance for him to get a ring. I mean, where would he go afterwards?
Could you imagine the press conference after that? If we're in we win a championship, how much shit is he gonna talk about KD?
I think, would it hurt his legacy? No. No?
He got traded to us. He didn't come to us in free agency.
Yeah, but it's like, playing against us from the Clippers, the Rockets, the Suns.
He had no choice. He came to us.
Your only way was to win was through the Warriors coming off a bench.
John Stockton never won a championship. I mean, he's one of the greatest point guards of all time. Chris Paul's still going to be one of the greatest point guards of all time, even if he doesn't get a chip, which is kind of weird. No other point guards like that, or besides John Stockton. His legacy's already bad, though. That's the thing. It's not going to ruin it. If anything, it's going to make it better. Because at least he won a chip.
I mean, that's the same thing with KD. They hurt on his legacy because he won it with us, the team that knocked him out to 3-1. But at the same time, it also benefited him because he actually got a ring with us.
I don't think KD gets a ring during that time span if he doesn't come to us. So, I don't think he has a good legacy anyways. I think that sounds weird to say, but...
Patrick Baldwin Jr.
I don't like him.
6'9". You don't?
No, I don't like him. He's gone. He's not on our team no more, too. Thank you guys for watching the very first video ever coming from Mouthful. We do a lot more stuff than just talk about NBA, but there's going to be a lot of NBA talk. We're going to talk about music. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of shit. And yeah, tune in for the premiere for our first full podcast that's coming out on July 8th. But until then, enjoy some of the little content that's coming from the podcast. within the next couple weeks. But yeah, please make sure to subscribe and share this to everybody that you know. And yeah, it's been a mouthful. It's Medias Mofo or Medias Reviews.